Good morning, my name's Julie from Salessewunique and welcome to March's weekly vlog, which is number 3. Uh, oh yes, I nearly forgot. I'll put all the links down below where you can find me on social media. I'm most active on Instagram and I have an Etsy shop. Well, I have an Etsy shop at the moment. Yes. Well, Etsy are being naughty again. They're putting fees up. So unless you're this high-powered seller, I think sort of little people like me, they're going to be charging 15% on everything else they charge us per transaction. And I know a lot of people are leaving Etsy again. So I think what I've decided, I've ummed and ahed over this for the last 2 weeks, and I think I'm going to look into having a website now. So I hadn't realised I'd got nearly 200 items on Etsy, and I've gone through everything. And if you don't do this free postage thing that they offered, you don't get seen anymore. And I've noticed that what is it, in the analytics or something, that no, my views have gone way down, so things aren't getting seen, and there are some items in there that haven't even been seen. So I think what I've decided to do, as I'm at home today, I'm going to do a little bit of research on websites and decide what to do. The Etsy shop will stay there where it is, but probably when I've got a website over the next few weeks, the items will be coming off Etsy. I will keep the shop there, and I will put probably just the new bits in, just to start with, and a link to the new website, because I don't want to have to put the prices up of my stock. I think that's quite unfair. You know, I'm not greedy. All I want to do is make a living like everybody else, and I'm not prepared to add another 15% on to my goods. So I'd rather spend that bit of money on having a website. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm just enjoying a nice cup of tea in my Peter Rabbit mug this morning. Yes, so apart from looking for a website, I managed to get, well, it's last week's vlog to you, but that's sort of uploading onto YouTube as we speak. Then I will start and edit the tutorial, which obviously by now you'll have seen. So I'm trying to do things a little bit earlier. Then it's boring stuff really. Usual thing, it's washing, breakfast dishes. I've got to make a couple of things for orders, and hopefully I'm going to get some bread put on. We've run out of bread again. I think I've got enough flour. And I'll probably going to be going food shopping later, because I couldn't get a slot for my Morrison shop this week because they'd all gone. I think everybody's gone to shopping online all of a sudden with this coronavirus, so looks like I'm going to have to go to the supermarket. So yes, so I shall see you a little bit later on. I just thought I'd show you one of my Beatrix Potter items that I've got. Now, I've had this little book for maybe 2 years now. I think it came off Amazon, I'm not sure, can't remember now, but it's all crochet Easter projects, and as you can see, it's Peter Rabbit, and there's Jemima Puddle Duck in there. I haven't done anything out of here yet. What I wanted to do was to actually make some of the characters, but I haven't crocheted for, well, it's well over a year, because I ended up with a bad wrist. I think some of the things I were crocheting, they were only small, and I just got a little bit carried away, and I don't know, just my wrist was killing me, so I ended up having to put like a bandage around my wrist with a little heat pack in, just to be able to crochet and not be in pain. So I stopped crocheting, that's why I'm knitting now. But I would really like to do some of these characters. I'm just trying to have a look and see if there's a picture of what you get. I mean, look at those bunnies, aren't they cute? And you can do the basket and you can make the eggs as well. Now that's Peter Rabbit in there, but it just calls it Easter Bunny. So the instructions look good, and you've got nice pictures on how to do things. And there's Easter eggs, it shows you how to do Easter eggs as well, which I think is lovely. And there's another one for a rucksack for little Peter, which is sweet. What else is there? There's the pattern for the basket. There's a pattern here as well for a paintbrush for painting the eggs, if you can see it there in his hand. And I would really love to make one of these, even if I only make one. Now this is Jemima Puddle Dog, but in the book she's called Mother Goose, which that I would really like to make. But I want a Mrs. Tiggy Winkle, and I don't think there's one in this book. Yes, I mean, there's that as well. It's, I'll try not to show the instructions. It's like egg cups with little cozies on the top by the looks of it. Let's see if I can show a picture without showing too much. It's like that. I don't think I've been good enough to do that light, but I just want to do the characters really. Oh dear. And then there's like Easter Bunny in the middle, one of those little tiny bunnies, which I think is really sweet. Let's have a look, see what else there is. I mean, the instructions look really good, really clear. Nice colour pictures. You've got the pattern for the small bunnies and bunnies in poses. And then there's Mother Goose for the egg cups. So that's the nest again with the eggs in. How cute is that? I love these little chicks. Yeah, I think that's it really. Oh, and there we go, the goslings for the egg cups, that's them. Oh, I'll have to go. Sorry about that, my phone was ringing. Just had to pay for a fabric order. Anyhow, where was I? Yes, I was showing you this. This is the goslings for the egg cup. Oops. Which I think that's really sweet. Yeah, and that's everything in this book. I mean, look at that, that's gorgeous, isn't it? I really want to make one of these one day, hopefully one day. Well, this book, like I said, it's called Easter Projects, and it's by Anja Tunen, if that's right. It's A-N-J-A Tunen, and I think it came off Amazon. Yeah. And another thing that I bought the other day, I completely forgot about this, I could have shown it last week, is the World of Cross Stitch, and it's got Peter Rabbit. Now there's no way I'm going to cross stitch this and get this done for Easter. I'm not even thinking about starting it yet. This is just something I would like to do. I'm just going to see if I can find the picture. It just shows I'm not organised, doesn't it? I should have had a bookmark in this. Oh, there we go. There we go, doesn't that look lovely? I mean, I know there's an Easter egg there, but when I make that, that's going to go up on my wall and it's going to be there all year round. I'm not putting it away. It's so sweet. So that's a project for some time. I don't know when, but well, I managed to make a loaf of bread, and if you can see, this is my flour jar, which is nearly empty, and that is the last bag of bread flour I have in my cupboard. And unfortunately, I can't get any more bread flour. I just can't believe how mad people have gone for buying all these dry ingredients. The only bit of bread flour that you could get in Morrison's last night was the really expensive one, and like the spelt flour. But I really just wanted some white bread flour. So I don't know if there'll be much bread making coming. And tonight I'm using the Fern Cotton Happy Vegan book, and I am making pasta with lentil bolognese. But unfortunately I have no pasta. I've got noodles, and I've altered the lentil bolognese part to suit what we have in stock. And I thought I'd just pop on briefly this morning. We're actually lunchtime now, so I'm just going to go and have some lunch. But I've been filming again. I seem to have just done nothing but film for the last few days, but nothing for the vlog. It's been tutorials. Yes, so I'm just doing, or putting the finishing touches to the tutorials for these bunnies. Obviously it will be on YouTube, but it's going to be, you'll only be able to access it through one of the bunny kits, because there'll be a little code in there that you can put in. So anybody who's got the gift bag, bunny gift bag, that will be coming soon. I think it's end of this week, it's getting posted out. So you'll have an instruction sheet in there, and you'll also have a link to the YouTube tutorial. I mean, it's a very, very basic tutorial for people that have never done any hand sewing before, because obviously people who can hand sew will know how to do all the stitches that are on the bunny, but it's there just as, like I say, just for people who don't know. So I hope it's okay, because I've done nothing but knock the camera while I've been filming, so you might find it's a little bit shaky, because really I should have got my overhead tripod out here, but I didn't. I've got a one that clamps to the worktop, that's got a bendy arm for the phone to sit on, and just at the side of me here there's another long bendy arm that's got a ring light on, which is actually quite good, and it does get in. The camera is quite close to me, but trouble is sometimes it's a little bit close to my hands, so, and I'm trying to look at the side of what I'm doing, and occasionally what's in my hand goes out of shot. Oh dear, I don't know. Eventually I'll get the hang of it. It's much easier to teach somebody when they're sat in front of you than trying to do it on camera, I'll tell you that. Anyhow, I'll get there eventually. So yeah, so like I said, it's lunchtime now, so I'm going to go back in the house and get a spot of lunch. I'm not sure what I'm having. And I need to do a little bit of tidying up before I'm off to the post office and on the school run. And I'm going to need to do a bit of shopping again this week. I can't believe it. I need some bread flour, and I realised yesterday I'm running out of yeast as well, dried yeast. So I think I might have to pop into the local supermarkets this week and see what I can find. I'm going to have to go through my cupboards and see what I'm running low on, and make a list and see what I can get, because it's getting a bit crazy out there now. And I thought I'd share with you one of my mugs, my Beatrix Potter mugs, another one. Well, this one is Mrs. Tiggerwinkle on one half, and on the other side it's Jemima Puddle Duck. Now, I picked this one up off eBay. It didn't cost very much. I think it was about £4, something like that. And it's just an ordinary mug. It's just on the bottom of it, it's got "From the World of Beatrix Potter, Queens, licensed by Tryon, and copyrighted Frederick Warne and Co. 2012. But I couldn't believe that I got my sort of two favourite characters on one mug. So it's always worth looking on eBay, because you never know what you might find. And I've been looking for a while for a Emma Bridgewater mug. I did see one that I quite fancied for sort of maybe spring and summer, and it was a pink one, and it was pansies, different shades of pink pansies, and I thought, oh, that'll be nice. And I know at our local garden centre, I think they're about £19 for one of these mugs. And I thought, well, I'm not sure when I'm going to get there, so I'll have a look online and see what's what. And lo and behold, I found one on eBay. £10.50 it was, plus postage, so it was still going to be cheaper than actually going to the garden centre. So I thought, oh, I'll order that. Well, it arrived 2 days ago, and that is the mug, which is gorgeous. Where's the handle? There's the handle. So I was really disappointed, but it came in a box like that, fair enough, and that was its packaging. And the seller sent it via My Hermes, and My Hermes are known for not taking care of the packages, and they do tend to throw them around a little bit. This is the second time I've had a mug that's been delivered by My Hermes and it's been broken. Got in touch with the seller, been very good, refunded me my money straight away. It's not much good to me like this, but we have got all the bits for the handle, so what I'm going to do, instead of binning it, I'm going to get the handle stuck back on, and I'm just going to use it for display. I might just put a little plant in it or something like that, and then, you know, if the handle drops off again, it's not going to matter. But it's such a shame, because I really, really wanted one of these mugs, and I'm very loath to buy another one now online. I don't know. Mind you, when I bought this one, I got this one, like I said, off eBay, and it was well packaged. The mug itself was wrapped in paper in the cardboard box, but around the cardboard box there was bubble wrap, so it had got some protection, and it's arrived perfectly. So unfortunately, it's down to the seller, isn't it, to wrap all these things properly. But I know when I've sold mugs myself, the mug was being wrapped in its little box, because the mugs that we used to sell, we used to put our own designs on, so they came in a little box, so we used to put them in there, and then that was bubble wrapped in a bigger box because the postage were going to be £3 anyhow. So they were always well packaged. So I knew, obviously, if they got chucked around a bit in the postal system, they would be fine. And they always were fine. We never had any problems with breakages. So it can be done. Never mind, I think it might be a trip to the garden centre soon. I don't know when though. Well, I'm sat on the floor in the front room at the moment trying to film, and Elsa has decided to come and sit on my leg. Elsa, Elsa, what are you doing? And I am going to go and do some sewing today, I think. I have been sort of watching a lot of the news, especially about this coronavirus, and it's getting a bit scary. It's getting a bit close to home now. I must admit, I don't know. I don't feel like the UK is doing much. You know, you look at other countries and they're on lockdown or they're cleaning everywhere. What are we doing? There's not a lot happening, I don't think. So I'm going to have a break today. I'm not watching any news at all because, like I say, it's getting a bit it's getting a bit scary now, and I think we do get a bit obsessed with things, don't we, when we start watching. So I just hope everybody can stay safe. So I'm going to, like I say, have a break from news watching today, and I'm going to go and do some sewing, take my mind off it all, and have a bit of me time as well. I'm actually going to do some baking today, a little bit later on. I've got a couple of sewing projects I want to get finished first, and I think I'm going to make well, it's called an Eve's pudding. It's in the Bureau book, and it's basically cooked apple with like a sponge cake on top. Oh, that's what I tell you. Yeah, Victoria sponge on top, and it's really nice. So I thought, well, I've not got any apples. As you know, I've got plenty of rhubarb in my garden. Else is I wanted a fuss. So I'm going to stew a bit of rhubarb up later and then get the mixture made up ready, and we're going to have that for tea tonight. Like I said, I need to use some rhubarb. It's going mad again. Oh dear, I don't know. So yes, and what else am I going to do? I'm not sure what I'm going to make for tea tonight. I'm sort of using the Fern Cotton book again, so I'm just going to have a look and see what's in there, see what takes my fancy. Well, I'm just enjoying a nice frothy coffee. This is just an Nescafe, a vanilla. Is it vanilla? Vanilla latte, I think it is. Tastes quite nice. I prefer the double top mocha though. I can't seem to find my box. I think I put it away somewhere. Anyhow, I thought I'd just pop on briefly in between sewing and show you a few other little bits and pieces that I've got. Now this is a little Peter Rabbit little dish. It's like a, I don't know if it's like a trinket dish or spoon rest or put your tea bags in, but with it being a sort of plastic, I didn't want to stain it. So I tend to keep that in my craft room on the windowsill, and I just pop a few pins in it if I'm using it, or buttons. So yeah, so I think that's really sweet. Excuse me. I bought that a few years ago when I was on holiday. Where were we now? Do you know, I can't remember where we were now. And it was a little like ironmongers. The little villages have shops like that, and they sell everything, and they've got Beatrix Potter things. And I did buy a cup and a saucer and a plate, which is in the cupboard still, so I'll show you that another time, but I got this with it, and It's really nice little dish. What else have I got? I've got a little tin here. It's got Tail of Gloucester on there, Jemima Puddle Duck on that side, and that looks like Flopsy and Mopsy. I think Cottontail's on there as well with Mummy Rabbit. Yeah, and this is just English breakfast tea. I had that in a swap from one of my Beatrix Potter swaps that I took part in, which I don't think it was last year, it might have been the year before actually, 2018. Yeah, so that just sits in my cupboard. I like to look at that. And another thing I've picked up is this little box of small books. Now I think I picked that up from a supermarket and it wasn't very expensive when I had it. And in there you get a set of 1, 2, 3, 5 books. And the first one is The Tailor of Gloucester. And I'll show you what nice illustrations, lovely little story. So that's the first one. I think you can get, I think there's 23 books, yes, 23 books in the series. And these, I'm just looking inside the back cover, and these books are actually £5.99 each. £5.99. And I think I paid, what did I pay, about £7.99 for the whole set in the box, which wasn't bad. And then obviously we've got Peter Rabbit. And there he is. Oh, there's one of the rabbits. He's in Mr. McGregor's garden. Yep. And then the next one is Jemima Puddle Duck. And she's a silly old duck, this one. Let's have a look, see if we can find a nice picture. Oh, there she is with the sly old fox. Mr. Todd, I think it's Mr. Todd. This is what we were confused the other day. I think in our last podcast we weren't sure what his name was. Mr. Todd. Right. There is a book on Mr. Todd, so I do think it is the fox is Mr. Todd. Yeah, I'll have to check that one out actually. And then we've got the tale of Mr. Jeremy Fisher, the toad. Don't really know much about Jeremy Fisher, because he's not like, I suppose, he's not like one of the main characters, is he? But there he is, he's fishing. And the last one is The Tale of the Flopsy Bunnies. Let's have a look. There they are in the garden, Mr. McGregor's garden. I mean, look at that picture on the back cover, isn't that cute? I must admit, I do keep these books in the box. I don't let the kids have one. I don't want them ruining. I want to keep them nice and pristine. Oh yes, I've got something to show you now. I haven't made this. This was made for me for the Beatrix Potter swap in 2018 from a lovely lady in America. But look at that stitching on there. Isn't it gorgeous? So that actually hangs upon my wall, just up there. And I nearly forgot about it to show you. But yeah, that's gorgeous, that. Love it. And what else? I think that's everything today for Beatrix Potter, but I thought I'd show you this little glass bottle that I got. It's a milk bottle, and it's got a little bunny on, a nice top and a straw in. How cute is that? apart from putting drinks in, it would look nice if filled it up with little chocolate eggs, I think, just to sit on the side for decoration. So I think that's probably what I'm going to do. So yeah, I think that came from the pound shop. So yeah, pound. That's not bad really for a little milk bottle, is it? For tonight's tea, I'm using the Fern Cotton vegan book, and the recipe I'm going by loosely is the squash, lentil, mushroom and thyme casserole. Now I'm doing mine slightly different. The recipe calls for several stages on the hob and in the oven, and I'm doing mine all in the oven. And I've got just about, well, probably 3/4 of the items called for in the recipe, and I've just added a few bits of my own, and then I'm going to pop it in the oven. And I've got my rhubarb here ready to be stewed, ready for the eaves pudding. And I've just had a small delivery of fabric, which is nothing really exciting to show you. It's just the white on white design and white on cream design. One's pebbles, one's daisies. Now the daisy one, the white on cream, I'm using that for the Beatrix Potter quilt, and I've got a customer who wanted the white daisy on white, so that's just come in. But while I was ordering that fabric, I found a gardening fabric, and it's all vegetables, and it's, the main background is cream, and I thought that would go really well with the Peter Rabbit fabric. Now it's coming up, I think, a slightly lighter on camera, but it actually works with the cream with white daisies on, so I am looking forward to putting this into my quilt. More on that a bit later on. Well, I've had a busy 3 days. No crafting, not really. I've been packing orders and making bags and that, and just trying to get everything out. Hopefully everything's done now. Hopefully it'll all get through. There's some that's gone to America, so I'm just hoping the borders haven't been shut so it doesn't get through. But they didn't say anything in the post office, so I'm assuming that everything is okay. So, well, I'm going to be leaving work shortly. Time's getting on now. Probably got about half an hour before I go, and I'm going to the Nook, the coffee shop, with my friend. This is my birthday treat off Sarah, so I'm really looking forward to that. So I'm trying to make the most of it before all these little places shut. Yeah, so I'm just busy now cutting a bit of fabric out, ready for some more Peter Rabbit bags and things. I will be at home now for the next, well, Friday, Saturday, 4 days actually, so I've got quite a bit of work to do. The bunny box is a sort of priority at the minute, so I've got to finish off the package of them today and get them all ready to take to the post office tomorrow. So, well, no, not tomorrow, what am I saying? Friday. Oh dear, I don't know what day I'm on. It's been a funny week. and I thought I'd just share with you one or two more of my Beatrix Potter things. Now, Adele made me these, oh, probably 2 years ago now. Where are we? 2018, probably 2018, because at that point my swap partner was into Mrs. Tiggywinkle, and trying to find fabrics or anything for Mrs. Tiggywinkle was really hard. It's a lot better now. So I managed to find an embroidery design online, and I made a project pack for her. And then I got Adele to, she painted me Mrs. Tiggywinkle. So we sort of, this is the original, so we photocopied that and it went in a picture frame for my swap partner. But it's really, I mean, she's absolutely gorgeous, Mrs. Tiggywinkle. So I actually put these away thinking, oh, I'll get a frame, and I left them in a bag on the side. But yeah, found them out the other day, so I need to find a frame for them. So that's the mother cat. I can't think what she's called. But yeah. And then obviously we have Peter Rabbit. So I now need to find a frame, because I mean they're all sort of different sizes, so I might end up having 3 different size frames. But yes, I've forgotten about these. And oops, the next thing I've bought, on last week's vlog there was a lovely comment from Roz, and she said there was a Simply Crochet magazine out and it got Peter Rabbit in it. So when I went down to Tesco's on Tuesday, it was in, so I thought, well, I must buy this. That's the magazine, and I'm showing you that, and you want to see the front of the magazine, don't you? There we go. So that's the magazine, Simply Crochet, and then this is the supplement. This is what I wanted. So these look quite cute, and of course we have Mrs. Tiggywinkle there. And I think this is what I want to do, Mrs. Tiggywinkle. There she is. How sweet is that? Yeah, I can't wait to actually make this. Now, while I was having a look through it the other day, I mean, it's crocheted in West Yorkshire Spinners yarn. Magazine's falling apart now. And for Mrs. Tiggywinkle, you need 4 different shades of yarn. And yes, it takes a 3mm hook. And the yarn is West Yorkshire Spinners Illustrious DK, 70% wool, 30% alpaca. Now, yes, I stock West Yorkshire Spinners yarn, but I don't have Illustrious. So I thought I'll go and have a look online and see how much it is. Had a little bit of a shock when I saw the price of it. £10.99 for a ball of yarn. So it's looking at over £40 just to do Mrs. Tiggywinkle. So I thought now. Some of the colours will probably be used in the other characters. Let's have a look. Can't find the beginning now. So yeah, Mrs. Tiggywinkle takes 4 shades. No, Peter Rabbit's obviously different. He takes 4 shades as well. So if you wanted to make these 4 characters in here and you had to buy all that yarn, that's going to cost you a lot of money. But they would be lovely, they would be nice. I mean, alpaca yarn is gorgeous. So I think I'm going to have to check out my basket for the style craft yarn and see what colours I've got. I'm okay for the pink part of a top and the blue part and the cream. It's just going to be Mrs. Tiggywinkle's colour, because I'm not really sure what I've got, but I'm sure there'll be something. I'm sure there'll be something. So that is something else on my to-do list. Sorry, I'm fidgeting. I'm sat on the floor here and it's a bit uncomfortable. So yes, so I've got a bit of crochet on my to-do list and a bit of cross stitch. I'm looking forward to starting that, and I think obviously with the way things are now, I suppose as where I work in the building, we are classed as non-essential businesses really. So I think there might come a time when we might have to close, which is a bit scary really, because if the government say we've got to close, we still have to pay our bills. So I don't know what will happen there, because I've just checked my insurance for the shop to see what it says, and unfortunately there's nothing in there about pandemics or anything. There are some illnesses, but it doesn't cover what's happening now. So I don't know. I can see, I mean obviously I'll keep it going as long as I can, but if we're going to be shut for a long time, I think it might have to close permanently, which will be sad. But I mean, yes, I can work from home. I mean, that's not a problem. It's just where am I going to put all the stock if I have to bring it home? That's going to be the trouble. Oh, it's going to be a nightmare actually if I have to do that. I'm hoping it won't come to it. I mean, I know eventually, maybe 2 or 3 years down the line, I do want to actually work from home properly. But yes, so I think I'll probably be down at the shop next week, maybe sorting some things out, because obviously customers they're staying in and people are just not really coming out now. I mean, I've had a couple of ladies this week stocking up on yarn just in case they get stuck in, because they're the older end, over 70. So yeah, but I can see probably next week there might not be anybody coming in, and I think when that happens it's time to sort of probably close the doors and for me to come home and stay at home and work from home. So as providing the postal service is still working here in the UK, they don't shut that down, at least I can work online, and as I've now got a website, I've got time to work on that. Because when I took it on the other day, I thought, well, I want to give myself a month to get everything in, and I'd like to say make it look pretty, but I don't think you can make it look pretty. But to get nice photographs sort of on the front page and things like that, which is, I think that's where I'm going to need Adele's help. I'm not very good at doing things like that. I can actually put the products on. I've sorted that out. I can do that. So yeah, so I'll have to keep an eye out for that coming. So it's all very scary but very exciting. New chapter, I suppose. Right, well, I'm not sure what I'm doing. Well, I do know what I'm doing today. I've got to finish off the packaging of the bunny boxes, the bunny gift boxes, so they will be going out. Had a little bit of disaster on some of the threads I'd ordered for the bunny kits. They were all out of stock, so I've had to make alternative arrangements for that, but I've got some threads now, so we're good to go. I can finish packaging and then make a start on posting out. So I'll probably hopefully get down to the post office today, be today and tomorrow. And then there's one order that came in which was only a few days ago, which there's no way I can get that the bag made up and everything for it to go out with the others. So that'll be Monday or Tuesday before that gets posted out. So I'm going to have a busy weekend. So after all the boxes are done, it's going to be a case of probably catching up on housework. I need to tidy my cupboards up because with going shopping in bits and dabs this week, everything sort of got chucked in the cupboards. So I could do with organising my cupboards again and just making a list really of what I need, and then I'm going to have to go out and do a bit of shopping. Yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to get some things. I still can't believe I can't get any bread flour though. I hope the supermarkets get some in and we actually manage to get some, because I want to have a couple of bags in the cupboard to keep for later on, just in case. But I need to top my jar up. Otherwise there's going to be no homemade bread, which is going to be sad. I like that. And also I think what I might do, I might not do any filming this weekend or anything. I might just have a break for a couple of days, catch up on some things, get myself organised, and I might next week go to either daily vlogging or vlogging every couple of days, just I don't know, keep in touch with everybody, so you've got something to watch, people who follow me, see what I'm up to in my day. I think we need that, because I've found that this week I think I've watched too much news, and I mean, I know it's there, it's real, it's scary, but you want some light entertainment, don't you? You want to sort of watch other people, what's happening in their days, what they're crafting. So I'd like to try and get a little bit more crafting done next week. I know it's still Beatrix Potter month, but I think I might try and do some other things next week, just for something different. And I'm going to actually get on and put my Easter things out on my mantle, decorate up for Easter, because I haven't done that yet, and Easter's fast approaching. Even though we can't go anywhere, doesn't mean to say that I can't still carry on and decorate up, does it? So I might get back on a bit later on, I might not. As you know, I like my Yankee candles. Now, I've said this before, they don't burn right the way down to the bottom. So I've got 3 jars, 2 of these medium one and a big one. And I love this fragrance. This is exotic fruits. Anyhow, normally I melt these all down and make another candle, which is fine. I like doing that. But today I was watching Jeanette from Jeanette Clegg's vlog, and she obviously does the same thing, melts them down, but she makes wax melts. Now I've got a wax melt burner, and it never crossed my mind to actually make wax melts. So I've just had a rummage in the cupboard and I found this little Easter mould. So it's only a cheap one, I think it was only from the pound shop, but we're not using it for anything, so I think I'm going to make some wax melts. So thank you, Jeanette, that was a brilliant suggestion, so I'm going to have a go at that today. I just thought I'd pop on and show you the mug. Adele has repaired it for me. She didn't trust me with the super glue, and I've got no idea why. I'm quite capable of gluing, but she says that she's got visions of me getting my fingers stuck to everything and having to go to hospital. I'm not that daft. Anyhow, she's glued it for me, and it looks quite, I mean, on camera I can't actually see the joins, Oh, there's one there. So yeah, I'm gonna, I don't know, put a plant in it or something. It's a really lovely cup. I love this cup. It's a shame it got broke, but never mind. I intend to get one though because I really like this pattern and I like the colour. It's really nice. It actually goes colour wise with my Mrs. Tiggywinkle socks. Look at that. I can see the cameras, the light's changing out here. It's got a bit dull. I can see me just sat on the settee with my Mrs. Tiggywinkle socks on and a mug. So I must find one. I must find one. Anyhow, I haven't done a lot of knitting. I've been really lacking this week. Mind you, I wasn't feeling so good for about 4 days. Not that I've got anything. I've not got any cold or any coronavirus or anything like that. It's allergies playing up. It's tree pollen. I take hay fever medication, nasal spray, tablets, eye drops all year round, and it keeps everything under control, which is great. But last week I hadn't realised I was quite so low on my medication, and I think I had 3 days without any hay fever tablets. I take fexofenadine, and luckily for me the chemist delivered my prescription, so I got started back on them. But obviously I don't know if it's because of the nicer weather, but the tree pollen, that's the one thing that gets me every March. It hit me with a vengeance and I felt awful, and I think obviously because tree pollen was out and the lack of sort of my tablets, it sort of hit me hard and I just felt really off it. If anybody's got hay fever or allergies, they'll know what it's like, but sometimes it's like having a cold. You can feel it in the back of your throat, in your nose, your head. And I did feel very tired and really just out of sorts, and I wasn't really interested in doing that much. Anyhow, yesterday, I think obviously the tablets must have got into my system and actually started to kick in. And I felt a lot better yesterday. And I'm fine today, I'm back to normal. I'm still a bit bunged up, but I feel heaps better. So now I can sort of get back to normal. I must remember to keep a check on my tablets. I always seem to run out of hay fever tablets before the others. Never mind. Anyhow, I'm hoping this weekend to actually get some knitting done on my Mrs. Tiggywinkle sock, because you can see I'm on sock 2 and I'm on the foot, and I have to do 36 rows for my foot, and I've done 17 rows up to now. So I would like to try and get these finished. So hopefully the next time I vlog, I might have finished my socks. Mind you, my hands are very dry at the minute because all this washing, it's really taken its toll on my hands. Now, normally I don't have any problem with dry hands. Luckily, I can now keep a jar on the breakfast bar with my hand balms in, and they've been a godsend, absolute godsend. So I need to actually go look at them, they're all wrinkly this morning, very dry. So I think I'm going to go and get some lunch and then put some hand balm on before I do anything else. Obviously getting hand wash has been a little bit difficult as well, so we are sort of trying to make our own. We've got some cheap baby wipes, and it was recommended to put like pure alcohol in, which we bought some, and I'd already got some anyhow. So you just sort of put some on your baby wipes and just let it soak through, and that's your wipe. And also for the hand wash, if you've got ordinary hand wash, you can just put some alcohol in there. It's, I think if you look for it online, it's called isopropylene or something like that. And I mean, I always have that in because I use it for wiping down like the glass baubles and that before I decorate them with vinyl. And I'd got quite a big bottle, and it was about £9.99. So I thought that was a bit expensive at the time, but Adele bought some alcohol, small bottle about that size, and she paid about £10 for that. So that was a bit expensive, so mine was a better value. So yes, so there's always ways of getting around things. It's like when we've not had hand wash before, if you just get a bottle of shower gel. I mean, I've picked up shower gels for £1 and you just put that in your pump bottle, and you can always put a little bit of water in and then put your alcohol in, give it a good mix round, and that's just as good. So there's always ways around it. I'm rattling on again now, aren't I? Anyhow, I want to say thank you very much for joining me this week. I hope everybody is staying well and not getting any viruses or anything, and looking after yourselves. And I think as a crafter, at least we can keep ourselves occupied, can't we? So like I said, I will be vlogging a bit more next week. I don't know, maybe a bit more crafting, a bit more cooking, things like that. And so I hope you'll join me next week. So I will see you all on Monday at some point. So yes, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you all next week. So stay safe everyone, and I'll see you then. Bye.